Okay, here we go. Hopefully you're well. Thanks for hanging around. It is a very hot day here in London today, so please do bear with me, hence my attire. Sorry about that. Was going to wear a shirt and tie, but thought better of it. Very hot here today. Just checking to make sure we're getting through okay. Looks as though we are. 34 degrees in here today, so I won't keep this too long. I know it's hot if you're listening in from the UK, of course. If you're in the States or anywhere else, it's lunchtime for you guys, I guess. All right, we'll just get going very soon. Just making sure, okay, just bear with me a sec. Great. Okay, well, for those that don't know me, my name is Andrew Lockwood, and I am the ex-city trader, and today I'm going to reveal to you the secrets about Forex. Now, I have in fact been trading all my entire adult life. I've been in the market for about 30 years, straight out of school into the London Stock Exchange at the early age of about 18 years old, much to the annoyance of my father. Swiftly moved then on to the trading pits. You may have seen us on TV, the London Futures and Options Market, often known as Life. You may have seen the film Trading Places, that type of thing. There we were, standing around in our coloured jackets, throwing around millions of dollars worth of money, trading away. Done that pretty much for about 20 years. Now today, I continue to be a full-time active trader. But there is a big difference. Today, I don't actually have to commute on the train to go to the markets. Thankfully, in this weather as well, it makes a big difference. The market has now come to me on the screen, so I can choose to work wherever I like. Now, it's normally here in my home office, but not exclusively. Now, today, I want to share with you an opportunity that I think you are really going to want to be part of. It's about how you can start to finally become consistently profitable in the Forex market. And I'm pretty sure if you grasp what I'm saying today, if you take it on board, it could indeed be life-changing. You're never going to have to answer to anyone else again, apart from maybe the wife or your husband or your partner or what have you. Now, the first thing I want to mention is this. If you have tried trading in the past, if you've tried and failed, the chances are, it's not your fault. There's lots of information out there. There's so many places offering the right way to do it. This course, that course, do it this way and what have you. And it's often this information overload that I think stops many from achieving the successes they so desire. But that's okay. If you've been concerned in the past that you're not going to be able to succeed in trading, today I'm going to put those fears to rest. I'm pretty confident that by the end of this short live stream today, and I'm going to keep it short because of the weather, hopefully by the end of it, the light bulb is going to go off and you're going to say to yourself, yes, I can do this. I'm also pretty sure this isn't the first Forex course or trading software that you've been propositioned with, yeah? Yep, let's be honest, we all get those emails. My inbox is absolutely full of them. Most of it we cast aside as complete BS, how much money you can make, the fast cars and the yachts and so forth. Let's be honest, most educators are in it for themselves. Chances are they've tried the trading art themselves, they've failed and have now gone down the education route. I, on the other hand, have been trading, as I say, all my adult life, since I left school all those years ago with a lot more hair. Believe me, I have seen it all. Now, a lot of the educators out there, they also want you to think that trading, you need some magical strategy, it's rocket science, and you need some fancy college degree in order to make it as a trader. Well, why do you think it is that they do this? It's because they can charge you vast amounts of money for their course and software. Now, I know this sounds a little bit cliche, but I am different. We are different here at Forex Signals. I as you know, been in the game all my adult life, so I set myself aside for most of those in the first place. Now today, I want to showcase to you a life-changing opportunity And I'm basically looking at two types of the aspiring trader. The complete beginner. Now, if that's you, I'm going to introduce you today to how we will show you a course, a strategy, and teach you complex trading methods, but in a very simple way and fun way as well. I'm going to show you how you can get your hands on a proprietary trading tool that's also going to do a lot of this work for you and will assist you in extracting these huge gains from the market. Now, if you're more experienced, if you've got some experience in the markets, I'm going to show you how with the right tools and guidance you can make more consistent gains but with less screen time than you ever thought possible. It's often the case in this world we are led to believe that the more hours you put in, the more money you should be getting paid. But in Forex trading, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. In fact, sometimes the less hours you put in, the more profitable you'll be. And that's exactly what I'm going to be showing both the experienced and the beginner trader today. So basically the goals of this short stream today, short live webinar today, I should say, here are the goals. I'm going to introduce you to the naked day trading strategy. Naked strategy, that sounds a bit odd. Naked strategy basically means we're going to be stripping out all those indicators. The MACDs, the stochastics, the Bollinger Bands and so forth. We're beginning stripping out of that, and we're going to introduce you to a naked strategy that basically looks at pure price action. And I'm also going to show you why we want to be doing that as well. Remove the emotions. For those that have been following me over the last few years or so, you'll often hear me talk about the three pillars that make up a successful trader. First of all, you've got the strategy. Well, we're going to be discussing that today. Then you've got risk management. Well, we're going to give you, discussing that today and give you the tools for that as well. And then you've got the emotions. The emotions are by far the hardest of the three pillars to master. We're going to show you how you can remove the emotions when you're trading. Trade like a machine. Never miss a winning trade. This is very important. Often people feel that they've got to be glued to the screen all the time looking for that opportunity. We're going to show you how you're not going to be glued to the screen. You never miss a winning trade because we're going to show you a proprietary tool that if you're not at the screen, it's going to send messages to your phone so you know an opportunity has arisen, and you'll also be equipped with the rules to know how to act on that opportunity as well. So you're never going to miss a winning trade. And as importantly, and I think most importantly, trade with me. We've got a vibrant community here of traders, okay, including myself, fellow mentors. I'll talk more about that in a moment. We stream live around the clock. We have a community of like-minded traders, always looking and discussing trading opportunities. So this is round the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, not too busy on weekends, of course. But I'm going to show you how you can be part of that trading community with myself and my fellow mentors in there each and every day. Imagine the confidence you're going to get by taking these trade setups, knowing that we're taking the same trades. It's going to be immeasurable. Look, if you're still in doubt, let me tell you a little bit of a story about my life, how I began in trading. As I say, I left school at the age of about 18, straight into the trading pits. Now, the trading pits were basically very different than what we have today. It was all done on hand signals. Buying with your hands are like this, selling, your hands are like that. If you're buying, your price is out here. So you might be paying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you're selling, of course, your price will be out here, but it'll still be the same. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The quantity, how much you want to buy, how many contracts will be done on the head. Tens will be up here. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And one's down here. So that would be 5, that's 6, 7. So if it's 27, for example, I'll be selling 27 contracts at a price of 2. So I'll be 27 at 2, 27 at 2. Bit complicated. You might see it on the racetrack in the old days. It's called tic-tac, isn't it? That's basically how we traded. And all the trading that was done in the trading pits was all done with these hand signals, shouting and screaming at people all day long. It was really a fun place to be, certainly when you're in your 20s and in your 30s and so forth. But with any trading, to make success, you clearly need an edge in the market. You need to have something that the other person beside you or on the screen hasn't got. You need an edge. Your strategy needs an edge. Now, the edge that I had in the trading pits was I used to be able to look at people's eyes. I used to be able to gauge before they started reacting in the market, before they started moving the market. I could look in people's eyes And I had this uncanny skill to read what they were doing before the market knew what they were doing. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. For example, if Goldman Sachs came into the trading pits and he was looking just at the guys that were going like that, you know, I know Goldman Sachs is looking at all the sellers. That means Goldman Sachs on this occasion may be a buyer. And if he's looking and he's looking sort of aggressively and really getting, he's mostly got quite a big order. If he's buying 5 contracts, he's going to walk in and buy 5. If he's got a big order, he's going to be looking for his moment to pounce. If you can predict that moment ahead of him, buy a little 3 or 4 contracts for myself. I was only a small trader compared to obviously the big banks. Then of course you got into the move before the move started. This was the edge that I had in the market. Fast track 2000. The open outcry exchanges around the world, they were becoming obsolete. Everything was being taken over by the modern age of internet and so forth and online trading. So all the floors were closing. I spent a couple of years in Singapore on the Singapore exchange, but basically by 2003, 2004, markets had pretty much closed. I was at a bit of a quandary, a bit of a crossroads in my life. What am I going to do? I left school with no qualifications. All I've done is being in a trading pit, buying and selling. I'm a trader, but now it's all on screens. What am I going to do? So I thought I'd try my arm at screen trading. About 2005. There it was. I put a few £1,000s into a trading account, and off I went. Boy, did I lose a lot of money. That was a massive wake-up call for me. I thought I was a trader. Everyone else thought I was a trader. My family thought I was a trader. And I was hemorrhaging money like there was no tomorrow. I had to make a decision. Am I going to change my life? Am I going to go and drive a taxi? Or am I going to give this trading shot one more time? So basically, I had to rethink everything. So I took a weekend away. I remember I actually went up to the Norfolk Broads, took a boat out, and I remember just having a realization there at the time, thinking, well, I had an edge in the pits. I've just got to find an edge on the screens. And that's basically why I developed this trading strategy. It was a simple strategy. Remember, we're in the trading pits, looking at people's eyes. I had to be keeping it simple. I couldn't do all this other stuff. So I kept it very, very simple. And I developed this trading strategy that basically keeps it very, very simple. It looks for the big, big turning points in the market, the naked day trading strategy. After all, we didn't have all those indicators on the floor. We didn't need them. So that basically formed the reason why I developed this strategy. And that is the strategy and the mentality that I want to share with you today. I lost a ton of money on the screens when I started. It doesn't have to be that way. You just need to take it down to basics and understand what moves the market and understand these big, big turning points. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Right, okay, enough of that, enough of my life. Let's just jump onto the screens now and I'll walk you through what we're basically going to be talking about today. And hopefully, I haven't got my watch on, but hopefully I won't keep you too long because it is sweaty and you can see me sweating as well. Right, let's go. Okay. Right. Looks as though we're coming through okay. Just making sure. Now, if you have any questions, I'll try to address these at the end rather than me getting distracted from this at the moment. So please do bear with me on that front. Right, okay, so the 3 secrets that you are going to learn today. So, secret number 1, how to bag home run trades in the Forex market. Now, as I said, this strategy looks for the big moves, the home runs. We're not going to be interested, we're not going to be interested in those small gyrations of the market. For one thing, it's far too stressful and pretty much far too random. So we're looking for these big home runs. So secret number 1 is how we're going to find these big, big home runs and ignore all that noise. Secret number 2, we're going to discuss why these winning setups take just 5 minutes of the day and no need for a financial background. Many aspiring traders, when they come into the markets, they do spend countless hours at the screens on a daily basis, when in reality it doesn't have to be that way. We trade because we want the freedom. Yeah, we want the freedom to be able to do our own things. We don't want to be glued to the screen. So I'm going to show you why you don't need to be at the screen all day long. Just 5 minutes a day is all you need. Maybe 10. But it doesn't need to be in front of your screens all day long. So secret number 2 is where we're going to be. And you don't need a financial background. Many believe, or have come into this thinking they need a financial background before. Absolutely not. All you need to do is be able to look for a pattern and react on it. And of course, we discuss all that as well in the course. So no need for a financial background is secret number 2. Too good to be true. Okay, why complex strategies don't work. Look, the critics and the skeptics often say it's too good to be true. Well, that is often the case in many, many instances. But one of the biggest secrets is if you keep it simple. If you keep it simple, then it's not too good to be true. And that's exactly what we're going to be showing you in secret number 3. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to put this fan on now, and if it interferes with the sound, maybe someone can tell me, but I'll keep it away from the mic, but I need to have that, otherwise I'm going to melt here. So I hope you appreciate that. Right, okay, so this now is an equity curve. It's a sneak preview of the type of results that this strategy can deliver. Now, we've simulated here 2,000 trades into the future using the metrics that we know this strategy performs to. So this type of equity curve is what you can expect over a course of time, and I think you'll agree that it is pretty impressive stuff. Okay, so secret number 1, how to bag huge home runs. So as I said, I started my trading career in the City of London in the trading pits. Now, we were the young guns, I think I've explained it, generally in our late teens, early 20s. We were throwing around vast amounts of money. Now, at that time, you could either work for a large corporation, like I said, Goldman Sachs or so, or you could be working for a brokerage outfit, or indeed, you could be a local trader. That's when you're trading your own money, and the success is all down to you. Now, often in the case on the floor, the local traders were the most successful. Red jackets were the local traders. I've got 3 jackets there behind the camera there. And the red jacket was my time spent as a local. Let me just show you here a brief clip of us on the trading floor. Okay, so this is basically where we stood. You see the coloured jackets there. The yellow jackets are basically the runners. We'll talk about that in a second. Here I think this is the UK FTSE pit. All these traders here are signalling back into the telephones, and the telephone guys are sending orders to are going through to the fund managers and the big banks, and they're firing orders back down. That's the FTSE pit. All these are my friends. This is the UK government pit. Okay, so the government gilt pit. So all these are my mates. I haven't seen them in years now. A lot of them are Uber drivers, I guess. And there you go. You might recognise that person. Yep. I'm not the one with the hat. I am the shifty-looking character there with the side parting. That's me back in 1992. That slide really is just to prove that I actually did have hair at one time. Not that my 3 daughters believe that at all. They think I was always like this, but there you go. So of course, when you start off in the trading pits, let me just move back. When you start off in the trading pits, you don't go straight into the trading pits. Clearly, you start off as a runner or as a junior. Now, often these were known also as gophers. Okay, what I did as a runner, as I preferred to call myself at the time, was basically I was always looking at what the successful traders were doing. Always trying to learn from the successful ones. You could tell immediately who was successful, who was the big earners down there. And what I noticed, what sort of became apparent to me, was that a lot could be gauged by the noise levels in the trading pits. Often the louder the noise, but the people were buying, the louder the noise, it meant a trend was breaking out. And if the noise level was so high, it was normally quite a strong trend. But as we often know, when you've established that a trend is in play, often the big move, that's already happened. Sure, it may continue for a while, but the big move has often happened. So that basically leads me on to my aha moment about the home run trades. And I remember this guy, hopefully he's not listening because I'm actually using his real name here. Maybe I should have used a pseudonym. But I remember this guy, his name was Alan. I certainly won't mention his second name. He was a much older guy than us. And when I say older, I mean he was like in his 30s, 35, something like that. Now, Alan was always standing outside the trading pit. He was always wearing a suit, nicely suit with a tie. It wasn't necessarily done up, but he had a tie on. We had to wear ties. So he was always standing outside of the trading pit. Okay, and he wasn't wearing one of those coloured jackets. He was leaving all that high activity, the buying and the selling, to us young guns. What I noticed though, often when the noise level decreased and started to ease off, Alan would then come into the trading pit. He'd make a couple of trades in the opposite direction of where the market had come from, and then he'd walk out. And more often than not, he cleaned up. Now, Alan, he was the guy, you might not believe this, but he was the guy that had the Rolex watches. He had different Rolex watches to match his colour of his shirt and his tie. So he would basically, as you and I might put on a shirt and match a tie, he would put on a suit and match his Rolex watch with it. He was the big kingpin of the market. He had the houses, the fast cars. He actually used to host the Christmas party. For the entire trading floor. He'd hire out some big London Dungeons or a big hotel, invite the whole floor at his expense. Watching Alan achieve what he did by doing so little work was basically my aha moment. And what he does or did really has formed the basis of the strategy that I want to introduce to you today, and that's the naked strategy. Here is just an example of the type of home runs. Now, this strategy looks for the big turning points, as I said. This looks for the basic, where Alan would be entering the market. All this price action is up for the young guns. Alan would be coming in at the big turning points. Now, of course, the trades I picked here, before you put in the chat, oh, you've only picked the winners, Andrew. Yeah, the trades I picked here clearly have worked. Not all of them work. No trading strategy ever has only winning trades. Anyone that tells you there's a 95% chance of a win to loss ratio, well, I can talk to you all day long about the profit factors and so forth of that. No one has all winning trades all the time. So I picked trades here just to show you the type of returns you can get when the market works. But remember, when you're trading with proper risk management, that again we teach, you will be seeing that when you do have these losses, they're small. And when you do have the gains, they can be massive. And you only need a few of these a month in order to make a huge return. Remember, often less trades deliver more profits, contrary to what you've been taught elsewhere. So here would be a classic entry for this strategy. Bottom of a downtrend, we're looking for this type of pattern setup. I'll explain all this in the trading course. This strategy exits in two parts. For the sake of this demonstration, I'm using one standard contract. So I'm going to give you some numbers now of potential gains. This is based on one standard contract. I won't go into too many details about what that means. But many traders will trade less than one standard contract. Many traders will trade more than one standard contract, all depending, of course, on your account size. We talk about all that as well, and I teach you all those appropriate levels that you should be trading. So this would be a classic entry. We exit this strategy in two parts. On one standard contract, our first profit target signaled would have been giving an exit of at trade profit target 1. That would have returned you $1,750. You'd have moved stops to break even on the second tranche, and the second profit target on this instance would have been $2,750. You can see we've left a whole bunch more on the table, but rules are rules. We follow the rules on this strategy. So that would have given you a combined profit on that one trade of $4,500 on one standard contract, remember. Okay, here's another setup. In fact, we've got an entry back up here. This is the top of this uptrend. Puts in this pattern. There's other criteria as well. It's not just this pattern. There's other criteria we have to factor in as well. All that is explained in the course. First profit target on this trade would have been $1,100. And the second profit target down here would have given you another $1,900. That would give given you a combined profit of one standard contract. Remember, you might have traded less, but one standard contract, $3,000. Here's another one. We've got an entry down here, profit target 1,100. Exit here, almost at the top this time on this exit, TP2. Take profit target 2. Another $3,000 here. Same chart. We're entering now. It picked the turning point. We entered a short trade. This is a daily chart, remember. Short trade, $900 there, $1,500 on TP2. Gives you $2,400 on that. Again, sticking with the same chart here, we've got an entry. Take profit target 1, $1,200. Take profit target 2, perfect entry. Sorry, perfect exit. 2,500 also would have been a nice winning trade, 3,700. Remember, this is one currency pair. This is the pound against the euro against the dollar. Entry here, 1,100. And we've taken 2,200 on the second profit target as well. So we're going to explain to you all these patterns, what they mean. You don't just take them willy-nilly, blindly. There's other criteria that we factor in. And obviously you get a notification when these align, and you then react accordingly. But these are the high probability turning points of the bigger trending markets. So just on this chart alone, which is basically from April to the last one was in November. So April to November is 4 to 11. That's 7 months. You'd have made a total of $12,400 just on one currency pair, with 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in there as well. Okay, and I don't see any losing potential trades in here at the tops of these. But there's none. I don't think there's any there. So that's $12,400 on one currency pair. Okay, so secret number 2. Winning steps in 5 minutes a day without the need for a financial background. I know I keep saying this, but it really, really is important. I left school with absolutely no qualifications, much to the annoyance of my late father. Literally, this is an end of day. As I said on the introduction, 5 to 10 minutes a day is all that you need. Now, breaking down the complex financial terms into simple language. As I say, I had zero qualifications. I didn't have any any knowledge of financial markets. You don't need it. We break down everything that you need to know. Everything into simple language. What the different order types mean. What the different criteria is for risk management. Everything we break down. I know a lot of you will already know what a buy limit order is. But we break down everything from the risk management to profit factors and so on. Everything that you need to know into simple language. Okay, you certainly don't need a college degree. Now, many educators, as you know, they will overcomplicate it. They overcomplicate it because they want you to stick around with them. All you need to know is taught by us. This is secret number 2. We're going to be covering that. The other thing I want to say here about the pits from high school. Obviously, I started off as a junior, and then a senior trader, and then I was a local for a while. Then I was offered actually quite a lot of money to work for, Lehman Brothers of all people, before the crash, of course. And I employed lots of traders. I became the floor manager. Actually, I must admit, I was the deputy floor manager. But one of my roles was to employ other young traders. And they'd all come, and to be honest, we never did the interviews in the office. It was always in a cafe or in the bar, maybe even over a couple of beers, because you get to know people pretty well in a couple of beers. I didn't ask them about their financial qualifications. It was irrelevant to me, absolutely irrelevant what they'd done at school, how many A levels they had, how many degrees they had. Wasn't needed. All I needed to know was, is this person likely to be able to follow rules and be disciplined? It is as simple as that. And I say this a lot of the times to people that ask me, can they be a trader? I say I can normally tell pretty quickly within 10 minutes if you're going to be a trader, certainly on the floor, because if you can follow rules and have discipline. I'll tell you something, being your own boss, having the freedom of your own time, really is the best feeling in the world. And I'll say, you know, I mean, I know it's a big thing that that everyone talks about. You know, you can trade from the beach and all that. I'm not suggesting you sit out and start trading from the beach, but being in control of your day, even if you start off making the passive income out of this to supplement your own income, being in control, being your own boss, really is an invaluable life skill. Okay, if you have the motivation to be your own boss, then I'll say you're halfway there. Right, secret number 3. Let's move on. Too good to be true. Why complex strategies don't work. Keeping it simple does. You've often seen these educators giving you these complex trading strategies. If the stochastics do this, if this does this, and this do, then you know, overcomplicating trading is killing what your profits are doing. Okay. It also gives you, I don't know if anyone's seen that video I put out a couple of years ago, the cycle of doom. You know, overcomplicating things, you're changing all the working parts. I mean, look at a Formula One racing car, for example. These are highly tuned machines. They've got thousands and thousands of working parts. The moment one thing goes wrong on a Formula One car, trouble emerges. We don't want to be overcomplicating our trading. We want to keep it simple. Then you're not going to be changing lots of different things. Then you're going to keep focused. I tell you now, there is no magic set of indicators. Indicators won't make you money. Now, I'm not saying here that you shouldn't use indicators in your trading. Not at all. I'm not saying that. You know, I know some traders that do use indicators, but don't rely on one set of indicators to make you money. There's no magic cauldron of indicators that you can stick in and suddenly have a winning strategy. Many traders come into this and they're looking at the charts, they're looking back and think, God, if I'd have bought every time that moving average crossed that and the stochastic went there, I'd have made money. So I'm going to trade the moving average and stochastic crossover. That is, no one else has seen that in the world. I found something that no one else has seen. Believe me, there's no magic potion of indicators. Don't let anyone fool you. It's not the case. There's no such thing. You know, so no magic. Look, if there are a magic set of indicators, you can just plug and play into a chart. There'll be no national debt of Venezuela. The central bank would just get some indicators, put them on a chart, and they'd trade the foreign exchange markets. So you want to focus on what's really important. You want to focus on price action. You want to focus, these price action candles, they tell you what emotions are doing. They tell you what the human behavior is doing. You want to focus on the naked price action. That's what's really important. The price action tells you when there's a shift in trader mentality, and that is exactly where we want to capitalize on. I have seen, believe me, I have seen charts looking like this in our trading room, and they don't last very long in the trading room until I actually put them on the right track. You know, I can't even see where the candlesticks are. Here you've got the MACD, you've got the stochastics, you've got the RSIs, all these wiggly lines. It looks quite impressive when your friends come around and they see you sitting there in the kitchen table and you've got that on your chart and they think, God, you're a trader. You know what's going on in the market because you've got all that on your screen. Honestly, don't need it. MACD, stochastics, clouds, you know, don't be looking for that holy grail. We don't need this. So that's secret number 3, keeping it simple. So what we're going to be giving you here, what you're going to be getting into is basically this. We've put together this masterclass naked trading course. Now it comes in a series of videos, easy to understand and apply to the market, bite-sized videos, actually quite fun videos as well. But it's basically taking it down. You'll feel, hopefully, that you're sitting in a classroom, literally sitting beside me as I'm talking, myself and my co-mentors. I'll mention those in a moment. So the first video is going to be like an introduction about the naked strategy and how it works, how it all fits together. It does, in fact, focus on candlestick patterns. We're going to show you the important candlestick patterns. You know, there's only a handful. In fact, there's 2, or there's 4 really, buyers and sellers that you should be looking for. There's certain characteristics. There's not just each and every time you see one of those, you might know them as hammer candles, we call them pin bars. It's not just a matter of seeing one of those and it's reversing. There's a little bit more to it than that. We're going to talk you through the candlestick patterns that are so important and show you how to read those as well. But do remember, we do have that tool that's going to do a lot of the work for you. We're going to show you the correct way to draw support and resistance. One of the biggest questions I get from my students is how to draw support and resistance. I'm going to take all the guesswork out of that. I'm going to really simplify it for you to put it into simple, easy to understand, She's down there at the moment playing table tennis. My 14-year-old daughter would be able to do it. Rules of entry. Nothing here is left to the imagination. You will be taking the same trade that I'm taking if you're following the same rules. The rules will be outlined for you with complete and utter clarity. We'll also be giving you the exit rules. Remember I spoke to you that there's 2 exits in this strategy, exit 1 and exit 2. All those rules are going to be given there for you as well. Lesson 6 is going to be a back test walkthrough. So basically we're going to show you not so bias screen as you saw a moment ago. You'll see some winning trades, some losing trades, ones that got stopped out, ones that lost, and so forth. So there's about, I think it's a couple of hours now of back testing walkthrough, so that you're going to be left with no doubt what this will, what a winning trade will look like before it happens, of course. We'll also introduce you in lesson 7 the tool that I'm talking about. Expert Advisor is a industry standard buzzword. It basically means it's a coded piece of programming that you fit onto your trading platform. You plug it in and it sends you a notification. So I'll show you how that all works as well in lesson 7. And in fact, lesson 2, the naked trading software, we go into that in more detail as well. It shows you why you'll never miss a trade. You can literally have it pinging to your cell phone, your mobile phone, whatever it is. So you will set up the push notifications. It sends alerts directly to your advice there. Also, it's in perfect synergy with the strategy, so it knows exactly what to look for, and it's custom proprietary coding as well. We'll also give you a winning cheat sheet. Now, the winning cheat sheet is important because it shows you basically what a classic setup looks like. So you can look at, if you're not talking to me in the chat in the trading room, you can look and say, yeah, that's a classic one, that's a good one, we'll take that one as well. So the winning cheat sheet will basically show you the best possible trades to do, so that means you can trade with confidence. Okay, we'll also give you a walkthrough video guide. So the walkthrough video guide will basically show you the backtesting strategy, all the data that comes from this. This isn't in boring PDFs or ebooks. It's all on nice, easy to understand videos, so you'll feel very much involved with the teachings as well. So you'll see exactly how all this works. Also, as part of the program, of course, you also get the professional trade signals. So myself and my co-mentors, which I'll talk about in a second, actually, I'll show you even a picture of them, will be sending out professional trade signals on this strategy and other strategies as well that we trade. And you'll get these directly to your inbox if you follow one of these. Now you get multiple signals a day. We send these whenever a strategy, an opportunity arises. Okay, and these are for myself and my co-traders. Let me just show you. It's not just me here, by the way, at Forex Signals. There is myself and some fellow mentors. Let me just pull up a shot of them if I can. Just bear with me a second. It's only just been sent to me. I had it earlier and it came in quite small. So this is basically, there we go. Where is he now? Just bear with us a sec. Oh, I can't find it. Well, it's myself and 2 guys. Mark Bennell. Now, Mark Bennell, he's basically in the, here they are. This is a bad screen. This is a smaller version. This is Mark Bennell. Mark Bennell works out in Australia. He's put on a nice shirt and tie there. He streams the Australian session. He's a technical analyst. He's been in the markets for, I think, about 15 years. He's an independent trader from home. He streams at night, but again, with all our streams, we're also available for catch-up. This is Max Norbury. He's a mixture between fundamental and technical as well. He streams in the European session as well as myself. So it's not just myself. There's professional traders such as myself and my fellow mentors helping you and sending these trade signals around the clock. Community feedback via comments and likes. So when we send out trade signals, in fact, we encourage everyone to send trade signals. We encourage feedback. So you can comment on my trade signals. You can ask me questions. You can ask questions to Max and Mark. But you can post your own signals as well. You say, this is what the setup I'm taking, and us professionals and other like-minded experienced traders in the room will comment as well. Imagine the confidence knowing that other professional traders are liking your particular setup or liking your trades and so forth. So it really is an invaluable community that we have offered here. And it really does make make for some great learning. Okay, and we also have the live trading room. So as I say, we stream live round the clock. This is the bonus you're going to be getting today. So you're not just going to get the masterclass, you're going to be getting access to the live trading room for a year. That's one whole year. And of course you can renew after that as well. There's a hell of a lot going on in the live trading room. Okay, so first off, we've got the professional mentors live streaming round the clock. There's always going to be a stream just around the corner. You can leave your messages, you can watch them on catch up as well. We've got hours and hours of educational video content that myself, Max and Mark have all put together, so you can view these in your own time. I think we're up to over 200 hours of video content in there now. You can watch at your own time, but this is not like watching something on YouTube. You know, any questions, you can get instant feedback from the editor, or sorry, the editor, the author, and the presenter, me, Max or Mark, in the video. Invaluable. So you can chat to us, as I say, around the clock. We also offer some tools, premium tools, and member discounts. Tools for risk management, risk control. I say to all my traders, if you're not managing risk on each and every trade, chances are you're not trading properly. You're gambling. We offer tools that will enable you to make sure that you're trading with risk under control on each and every trade. We have tools where we show you the right currency pairs to be in, what is strong at the moment, what is weak at the moment. We offer tools to pick up and look for other price patterns as well. A whole array of tools in there. So here we come, getting on now to my time. I want to ask you a question here. If you become a profitable trader as a result of this masterclass, with all the benefits that I've just shown you there, I want to ask you a question. How much would it be worth? Now, I know you're thinking here, oh, what's he going to come up with? Here's a little challenge for you. Here you go. Write it down now. If you're at your desk, if you're not, if you're sitting on a hot train, I'll pity you in London if you are. But write it down, or you know, make a visual number of what you think all of this that I put together is worth to you today. Have you written it down? Let me recap. This is what you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting the masterclass, Naked Trading course. You're going to be getting that invaluable software. That software is going to do all the hard work for you. It's going to make you be in control of your own time. It's going to give you that cheat sheet so you can spot at a glance what a perfect opportunity is. You're going to get the walkthrough video guide showing you all the trades that worked, some that didn't, so you get familiar how it works. You got the signals from myself, Max and Mark and other experienced traders in the room, and you've got the live trading room with all those perks that I've just mentioned to you. The tools, the tools and the trading software and so forth. So now you've written it down, I'm going to show you exactly the value of this today. Now we calculated the value at this conservative $4,166. So why is this conservative? Well, if you compare this to some of the other so-called gurus out there charging you $25,000 for a weekend course, well, wouldn't this, what I've shown you alone, wouldn't this alone make $4,166 be priceless? Absolutely priceless. We're not going to, of course, be giving you this for $4,600 today, $4,166 today. But let me ask you a question. If you could earn, say, $10,000 over the course of a year with this masterclass, wouldn't it be worth $4,000? Of course it would. We're going to give this to you today for just $199. That's because you're here in the stream persevering with me today. That's $199. That's for 1 year's subscription to the membership elite trading program as well. That's about 50 cents a day to be on a winning team. You know, trading is all about risk worth reward. Yep. Now, if you were to risk $199 Yeah? Do you not think that the reward is going to be far, far greater for you? Trading, as I say, all about risk reward. Just for $199 is going to give you an opportunity to change your life. We never take trades with low risk reward. We want you to be taking trades with high risk reward. $199 is going to give you the potential to make a life-changing move. Today, because you've endured me for the 45 minutes or so, I'm also going to give a bonus. And I'm giving a bonus today and today only. And this is a one-on-one session with me, the ex-City trader that's been trading for 30 years. You get a one-on-one session with me. However, of course, my time is limited. So I'm not able to offer that to everyone that signs up. It's only today for the first 10 people, purely because I haven't got enough hours in the day to take on everyone, and I wouldn't be in the trading room doing my day job and trading in the markets. So it's a one-on-one session with me, and that is for the first 10 people that grab this opportunity here today. But also, if you take this opportunity today, I'm going to give you another bonus, which of course I think you'll find very appealing, and that is a 30 days money back guarantee, no questions asked. If you sign up today, you have nothing to lose. So what are you waiting for? This is your opportunity to finally become that profitable trader that you so desire to be. Only today you're going to get the one-on-one session with me and the 30 days money back guarantee. There's a recap of what you're going to be getting. You're going to get the Naked Class trading course. You're going to get the Naked Trading software, the winning trade cheat sheet, the walkthrough videos, professional trading, and access to our live room for an entire year. Okay, so as I say, that is limited for today. Gone on longer than I wanted. I'd like to say thank you for taking the time with me today. I would say there's two types of people in this world. Those that talk about changing their lives, but they never do anything about it. And those that take that leap of faith and go about making that change. Sincerely hope that you are in the latter. And on the note of leap of faith, it isn't really a leap of faith. As you know, you've got 30 days to try it out. And if it doesn't suit at all, it won't cost you a dime. You get an absolute 100% money back on the membership if you take the offer today. So please now click the link below, make that change. It will take you through to a paywall. Everything you can play by various means. You can check it once you go through. And we'll send you notifications straight away. And I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow. If you do sign up now, Mark will be on for the Asian session in about 5 hours time. And then the European session starts in the morning. Myself and Max will be on first, and I'll be on as well. So you're in good time to get a Friday end of the week into the trading room. And I'll say this, please, if you do come over from tonight's webinar, please just let me know, because we do have people coming in all the time. Please let me know that you've come from here so that I can roll out the red carpet for you. Okay, well, look, thanks for listening. I hope you have a pleasant rest of the day, or of course, depending on where you are in the world.